All right, let's dive into something that's probably on your mind, or at least all over your social media feed: nutritional supplements. We're going to tackle this supplement dilemma right here in India. You see, it's this massive, booming industry, but is it actually making us any healthier? Let's break it down and find out.
First, let's just try to wrap our heads around the numbers. The supplement market in India is worth a staggering 42,000 crore rupees. And get this, it's not slowing down. It's growing by over 10% every single year. That is a mountain of cash we're all spending on pills, powders, and potions. But, and this is a big but, here's where the story gets really interesting. Because despite all that spending, an incredible 7 out of 10 Indians are still deficient in essential vitamins. Think about that for a second. We're spending more money than ever before, yet as a population, we're not getting healthier. This is the central paradox we really need to understand. So what gives? Why is there such a huge disconnect? Well, the problem is pretty simple. Many of us are spending our money on the wrong things, caught up in some really clever marketing hype. To cut through all that noise, we're going to use a simple 3-part framework to make sense of it all.
I want you to think of it like this. There are 3 buckets. First, the overhyped supplements. These are mostly a waste of money. Then you have the optional ones, which, can be useful for certain people in very specific situations. And finally, the essential supplements, the ones that address the widespread deficiencies that many of us actually have. Let's kick things off with that first category.
Okay, this is the category where you can save a lot of money. These are the products you see everywhere, endorsed by influencers, promising these incredible quick fixes, but with very, very little scientific backing to prove they actually work. First up, biotin, the hair, skin, and nail miracle, right? The claim sounds amazing, but here's the reality check. Is biotin an essential nutrient? Yes, absolutely. But are you deficient in it? Almost certainly not. True biotin deficiency is just incredibly rare. Most of us get all we need from everyday foods like eggs and nuts. So unless your doctor has done a test and told you, hey, you need more biotin, those expensive pills, they're probably not doing a thing. Next on the list, alkaline water. The big claim here is that it can change your body's pH level and boost your health. The actual evidence? Well, it's pretty much nonsense. Your body is an amazing machine. Your lungs and your kidneys do a fantastic job of keeping your blood pH in a very, very tight and stable range. The second you drink that pricey alkaline water, your super powerful stomach acid neutralizes it instantly. In fact, regulatory bodies have even had to issue warnings against these bogus health claims. And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? This is the simple truth about all those detox teas and cleanse pills. You do not need a special tea to cleanse your system. You already have a world-class, highly effective detox system built right in. It's called your liver and your kidneys. There's zero scientific evidence these products work, and what's worse, some of the herbs in them, in high doses, can actually be harmful. And the list just goes on and on. Those commercial fat burners, they're basically just expensive caffeine, which you can get from a cup of coffee. Testosterone boosters, they might give you a tiny temporary bump, but they won't fix any underlying issues. And as for anti-aging supplements, there's just no good evidence that any pill can actually turn back the clock. The main point here is simple. Save your money. Okay, let's move on to our second category, the optional supplements. Now, this is the it depends group. These can be genuinely helpful, but, and this is key, only for specific people. Here, context is absolutely everything. Let's break this down. Take omega-3s. They're great for things like reducing inflammation. But if you're already eating fatty fish a couple of times a week, you're probably good to go. Vegetarians, on the other hand, might really benefit from a supplement. Or magnesium. It can help with muscle cramps, but it's mainly useful for specific groups, like people with diabetes or the elderly. Creatine is a rock star for muscle strength, but it's for athletes, not for someone who's just casually working out. And protein powder, it's a super convenient way to fill a gap in your diet, but it's not magic, it's just food in a different form. So the big takeaway for this whole section is that these are strategic tools. They're meant to solve a specific problem based on your individual diet, your lifestyle, or your medical needs, not just because you saw a cool ad for them online. And now we get to the most important category of all. Let's forget the hype for a minute. These are the real, documented deficiencies that are affecting a huge portion of the population in India. This is where our attention really needs to be. Just look at this. It's staggering. Somewhere between 70 and 90% of people in India are deficient in vitamin D. So why is this happening?
Well, it's a mix of our increasingly indoor lifestyles and even air pollution that blocks the sun's rays. And this isn't some minor issue. Vitamin D is absolutely crucial for your bones, your muscles, and your immune system. Next up, vitamin B12. More than half of the general population is running low, and for vegetarians and vegans, the numbers are even higher. That's because B12 is found almost exclusively in animal products. A deficiency here can lead to really serious problems like anemia, constant fatigue, and even nerve damage. And this one is deeply concerning. 50 to 60% of Indian women of reproductive age are anemic. And the number one cause? A lack of iron. This isn't just about feeling tired. It leads to dizziness and serious developmental problems, affecting the health of entire generations.
So the message here couldn't be more direct. While so many people are chasing the latest trendy supplement, the real public health crisis is with these three fundamental nutrients: vitamin D, B12, and iron. Taking care of these deficiencies is absolutely essential. Okay, so we've covered the what. Now let's talk about the how. I'm going to give you a simple 4-step strategy so you can take control and start making much smarter decisions for your health.
First, and this is the most important one, test, don't guess. Get a simple blood test. It takes all the guesswork out of the equation and tells you exactly what's going on. Second, food first, always. Remember, they're called supplements for a reason. They're meant to supplement a healthy diet, not replace it. Third, if you find out you are deficient, ask your doctor why. Get to the root cause. And fourth, please remember this. A higher price does not mean a better product. A supplement's effectiveness is based on evidence, not its marketing budget. And really, this is the ultimate goal of everything we've talked about today. It's about moving from confusion to clarity. It's about empowering you to spend your hard-earned money only on what your body actually needs, based on real data, not on confusing marketing hype. By just thinking about supplements in these 3 categories, overhyped, optional, and essential, you can save money, you can avoid taking things your body doesn't need, and most importantly, you can focus your time and energy on tackling the health issues that truly matter. So, I'll leave you with this one question to think about. Go take a look at your own supplement shelf. Is your strategy built on solid evidence and your real needs, or has it been quietly shaped by some clever advertising? The answer might just change your health and your wallet. Thanks for tuning in.